This demonstration will look at configuring a boundary and a boundary group. What we'll also have a look at is enabling Active Directory forest discovery and also as well triggering our Active Directory forest discovery. Now within System Center Config Manager, Active Directory forest discovery identifies our Active Directory sites and also as well associated subnets. What this allows is this then allows the client to automatically discover the site that it should be a member of. So we've come into our System Center Config Manager console. Next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to enable our Active Directory forest discovery. And to do that, we need to come into our administration workspace. Then within our administration workspace, we'll come to hierarchy configuration. Then what we'll do is we'll come to discovery methods. And then what we'll find is we can see we have our Active Directory forest discovery. So we'll just highlight this. We'll just right click and we'll just come to our properties. So what we're going to do here is we will enable our Active Directory forest discovery. What we'll also do as well is we'll automatically create Active Directory site boundaries when they are discovered. And finally what we'll do is we'll automatically create IP address range boundaries for the IP subnets when they're discovered. And as you can see here, we can decide exactly how often we want to run this. So click on my drop down, we've got hours, days, weeks. So all we're going to do, purely for purposes of this demonstration, is we're just going to leave this to run once a week. And we'll select OK. Do we want to run a full discovery as soon as possible? Yes, we do. And the next thing we'll do is we'll create some boundaries. Now what a boundary can be is it can be based off IP subnet, it could be based off IP address range, it could be based off Active Directory site, it can also be based off IP version 6 prefix as well. So what we'll do here is we'll just right click, we'll create a new boundary. And what we want to do for this boundary is we want to create this boundary for our VPNs. So we'll call this VPN Boundary. I am going to base mine on IP subnet, so we just need to specify the network now, and the network I'm going to specify for the VPN will be 10, and then dot, and then we'll go 10.3.0. Then what we need to do is put in our subnet mask, and all we'll do here is we'll go for 255.255.255.0. And as you can see, that automatically fills in our subnet ID. And then what we'll do is we'll select OK. Now one of the other things we can do is we can group boundaries together. So we'll go to our boundary groups. And as you can see, I've already got one called London. And if we just have a look within here, having a look in London, we've got boundaries of Datum HQ, it's an Active Directory site, and description is a Datum HQ. Let's just go back to our boundary groups. Let's just right click on London and let's just have a look at the properties. So within the properties on the general page, we can see it's called London. We can see the boundaries that are a member. If we click on references, we're seeing use this boundary group for site assignment, and anybody that's a member of this boundary group, based off in our case IP addresses, will be assigned to S01, a datum site, and the file system services or servers that we're going to use will be lon-cfg.datum.com. What we can also see down here as well, we can see the connection speeds. If I click change connection, it gives us some information related to the connection. Now this might be handy based off WAN bandwidth. And down the bottom here we can add additional services or servers, and we can also remove servers as well. So all we'll do is we'll select OK. And actually what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new boundary group. And what we're going to do is we're going to create this for the VPN boundary. Now I've given it the name, what we'll do is we'll come down to our boundaries, we'll select add, and what we want to add here is we just want to add our 10 network, which is our VPN boundary, and select OK. Then we'll come to our references. Within our references, what we'll do is we will actually use this for site assignment. We will do for S01, and what we'll do is we'll select add to add our site system server. We've only got the one, so we'll just add in lon-cfg, and then we'll select OK. So the last thing to do is to actually trigger the Active Directory forest discovery method. So we'll come back to our hierarchy configuration. Within our Active Directory discovery method, we'll come for our Active Directory forest discovery. And what we'll do at this point here is we'll just right click and we'll run our forest discovery now. Say yes to this, and this will now go away and discover our IP subnets and also as well our Active Directory sites. So what we'll now do is we'll just come down to our Active Directory forests, and we can see a datum.com sitting here. And if we have a look down at the bottom here, we can see the description, the summary, We can see the domain suffix. We can see discovery is enabled, yes. We can see the date it was created. We can also have a look at Active Directory sites, IP subnets, site system roles. We have a look at the domains, gives us information relating to the domains. Discovery status has succeeded, and if we look at the publishing status as well, site S01 has succeeded in being published. And that's the end of this demonstration.